All right, ready to tee off on this deep dive. We're going deep on golf today.
Sounds like fun.
Our guide is Getting Started in Golf from Golf Locality. I always kind of thought golf was just like hitting a ball into a hole.
Yeah, a lot of people think that at first.
But man, there's got to be more to it.
Oh, absolutely. Way more to it. It's this global thing for a reason. Precision, strategy, the mental game, it's all in there. Every shot. You got to think about the terrain, the wind, even like what's going on in your head.
So it's almost like each swing is a puzzle to solve.
Exactly.
That's cool. Explains why people find it both relaxing and challenging,
Yeah.
Being outdoors, focused, maybe a little friendly competition.
Exactly. And speaking of competition, got to know the lingo.
Okay, bring on the golf glossary.
So you got par, which is how many strokes a hole should take. Then there's birdie, 1 under par, and bogey, 1 over par.
Got it. Par, birdie, bogey. I have a feeling bogey's going to be my best friend starting out.
Aha, we all start somewhere.
Before we even get to scoring, though, let's talk gear. What do I absolutely need to get going?
Yeah.
I'm picturing this giant bag of clubs, and honestly, it's a bit much.
No worries, you don't need the whole arsenal right away. As a beginner, focus on a set with hybrids.
Hybrids, what are those?
They're easier to hit than those long irons, especially for those tough, long shots.
So like the training wheels of golf clubs?
Wow.
I can get behind that. What about golf balls? Anything special I should be looking for?
Definitely balls made for beginners. They give you more control, means more distance, less frustration, and trust me, you'll want all the help you can get at first.
Less frustration, more distance.
Yeah.
Sold.
Uh-huh.
I got to make a confession.
All
When
right.
I first heard tees, I thought they were the same as ball markers. Like I was picturing myself teeing off with a marker.
Oh, no.
Did you have any funny equipment mix-ups as a newbie?
I actually did use a marker as a tee once and tried to tee off with it. It didn't go so well.
I can imagine. All right, so clubs, break them down for me. What are the main types I got to know?
Okay, so for those awesome long shots off the tee, you got the driver.
Ooh, the driver. Yeah, that's where I'm going to channel my inner power hitter.
For sure. It's tempting to swing for the fences every time, but accuracy is key too, especially starting out. You'll get that great feeling when you connect just right.
More like an inner marksman then, huh? Focus over power. Got it. What about irons? What are they all about?
Irons are your workhorse clubs. You use those for lots of distances on the fairway. They got these angled faces, which give you more control over where the ball goes and how far.
Okay, makes sense.
They're for a ton of different shots. Approaching the green, getting out of tricky spots.
So versatile.
My favorite is the 7-iron. Super versatile.
Ooh, a 7-iron. I can't wait to find my favorite. So long distance with the driver, mid-range with irons. What about those super finesse shots around the green?
You're talking about wedges.
Wedges, okay.
These guys have a higher loft. It means they're for those short, high shots that land nice and soft on the green. Think of them like precision tools.
So each club has its own, personality almost. All right. So we've got long distance, mid-range, those finesse shots.
Mm-hmm.
What about the final moment, getting in the hole? That's the putter, right?
Yep, the putter. It's all finesse, gentle touch, reading the green to get the ball to roll smooth and right into the cup. Pure satisfaction when you hear that clink.
Music to my ears. Now, can we talk golf fashion for a sec?
Sure.
In my head, it's all those classic collared shirts, tailored pants.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing a lot of more modern, sporty golf wear these days. What's the deal?
Golf fashion is definitely changing. Most courses still want you to have a collared shirt and the right pants or shorts, but there's definitely a move towards stuff that's stylish, A&D, comfortable.
Makes sense. You're out there for hours. You got to be comfy.
Exactly. Comfort and function are key.
So no need to sacrifice style. Now, what about etiquette? I don't want to accidentally commit a fashion or social faux pas out there. What are the big ones?
Golf etiquette is all about respect. For the game, the course, other golfers. Be mindful of how fast you're playing. Nobody wants to get stuck behind a slow group.
Right.
And trust me, we've all been there. I once held up a whole group because I was looking for a lost ball forever. Pretty embarrassing.
Oh, I can see myself doing that. Any advice to avoid those kind of delays?
It happens. Just be aware of your surroundings, keep pace with the group ahead, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Most golfers are happy to help out newbies.
That's good to know. Makes me feel a little better. Okay, but let's get back to the heart of it. The swing. That's what kind of freaks me out the most, honestly.
I get it. It's the foundation of the whole thing, but it doesn't have to be scary. Start with the grip. Think of it like shaking hands with the club. Firm, but not a death grip.
Shaking hands with the club. I like that. Takes the pressure off a bit. What about the stance? Do I have to, like, contort myself into some crazy position?
Nope. A good stance is pretty natural, actually. Feet shoulder width apart, knees a little bent. Think athletic and balanced. And here's a tip that really changed my game early on. Start with Schultz swings. Builds muscle memory and good habits before you start trying to crush it.
Okay, so master the basics before I try to go full-on Tiger Woods.
Exactly.
Makes sense. Now, what about the backswing? That's where all the power comes from, right?
Well, the backswing is more about creating smooth, controlled motion while staying balanced. Think of it like winding up, storing energy you'll release when you swing towards the ball.
All right, so we've covered gear, etiquette, even dipped our toes into the swing.
That's a lot to take
It
in.
is. But this guide, Getting Started in Golf, it keeps mentioning this, like mental game.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of intrigued, but also a bit intimidated. Is golf really that mentally demanding?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of golfers, once they get going, they'll tell you it's as much mental as it is physical.
Really? So it's not just about perfecting the swing. What are some of the mental things I should be ready for, especially starting out?
Well, think about it. You're out on the course, every hole's different. You got wind, you got the terrain, got to think about strategy, what shot to take next. It's easy to get in your head, especially as a beginner.
I'm already feeling the pressure.
Uh-huh.
How do I stay focused, not get overwhelmed by all that stuff?
Biggest thing, manage your expectations. Golf is a game of patience, you know?
Right.
Don't beat yourself up over mistakes. They happen, especially when you're new. Just got to learn from them.
Oh, that's a good reminder.
Hmm.
I'm definitely a perfectionist. Got to keep that in check on the course.
Right.
Are there, like, any tricks, mental exercises, or something that can help me stay sharp during a round?
Visualization can be huge.
Okay.
Before each shot, take a second, really picture yourself hitting it perfectly. Imagine the ball's path, how the swing feels, even the sound when it lands right where you wanted it.
Huh. Almost like meditation. I can see how that would help.
Do.
Build confidence. Any other mental game tips for a newbie like me?
Positive self-talk is key. We all have that inner critic, but on the course. Silence that voice.
Yeah.
Replace it with encouragement, positivity. You know, celebrate the small wins. One good shot out of 10. Hey, that's something.
Right.
It all adds up.
Okay, so mindset is everything. Starting to see how the mental game can really make a difference. But let's shift gears for a sec. Course strategy. I'm picturing myself on the tee box, this huge fairway ahead, feeling kind of lost. Where do I even begin?
I remember that feeling. It's like this giant green puzzle, you know. Don't worry, course strategy, it comes with time, experience. A good place to start. Get familiar with each hole before you tee off.
I got to do my homework.
Kind of, yeah.
Where do I find this, like, course intel?
Most courses, they'll have scorecards, and on those, they'll have diagrams of each hole. They'll show hazards, distances, even suggest what clubs to use, like a little cheat sheet.
Handy. So it's not just hitting the ball as far as I can. There's actual strategy.
Oh, for sure. Every shot, you got to think about the terrain, how far to the green, obstacles. Sometimes a layup shot is smarter than going for the green and one.
Layup shot. What's that?
It's a shorter, controlled shot, sets you up for a better approach to the green. Might seem weird, but sometimes playing it safe actually saves you strokes.
Huh. Interesting. So it's playing smart, not just powerful.
Exactly.
I'm starting to get it.
Good.
Any other tips for approaching a new course?
Keep an eye on the course markings. They'll have those colored stakes or lines. They show distances, hazards. It's like a secret language to help you decide on your shots.
Okay, I'll be watching for those. It's crazy how much info is packed into those markings. But before we go too deep into strategy, let's get practical. What are some tips for navigating the course, like smoothly and efficiently?
Pace of play is super important. You're not the only one out there, so keep things moving, you know?
Yeah.
Be ready to hit when it's your turn. Don't wait till the last minute to decide on your club. Line up the shot.
Gotcha. No dawdling.
Exactly. And remember that 5-minute rule for lost balls. Don't spend too long searching.
Right.
It's all about balance. Taking your time to make smart shots, but keeping up a good pace.
Right. Don't want to hold anyone up. Are there any, like, specific things I can do to keep things moving? Sometimes I get indecisive, especially under pressure.
Yeah, that happens. Just try to be prepared to hit when it's your turn. Don't wait till the last minute to pick a club or anything.
Makes sense. Be ready.
Exactly. And if you hit one into the rough, gotta find it. Be mindful of that 5-minute rule we talked about. Don't want to spend forever looking for a lost ball.
Good point. All right, so what about when things go wrong? Like, I hit it into a hazard or totally miss the fairway. How do I recover without, losing my cool?
First thing, don't panic. It happens to everyone,
Even the pros.
even the pros.
Okay.
Take a breath, look at your options, and choose the best one.
Right, right.
It's just one shot. You can always recover.
Oh, yeah, that's good to know.
Like if you're in a bunker, you can ground your club in the sand before you hit.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you couldn't touch the sand at all.
Nope, you can in the bunker.
Okay, good to know.
And if you're dealing with a water hazard, you got options there too. Try to play it as it lies, but that can be tough. Or take a penalty stroke, drop a new ball.
So many decisions.
Yeah.
Golf is full of these little decisions.
It is, yeah.
But let's not forget about the fun. How do I make sure I'm actually enjoying myself out there, even when I'm struggling?
Playing with friends is always a good idea.
Oh, for sure.
The social part of golf is one of the best things about it. Sharing those tough moments, those wins, it makes all the difference.
Definitely. Camaraderie. And speaking of wins, how do I, celebrate those epic shots? I don't want to be too, showy about it. Got to respect the etiquette.
Right. In golf, you celebrate with quiet confidence,
Yeah.
a little fist pump, a smile, that's fine. No need to distract others or anything.
Got it. Keep it subtle.
Exactly.
This deep dive is really opening my eyes. So much to think about.
And we're just getting started. Oh, yeah. So much more to explore.
Oh, we've covered a ton. Equipment, etiquette, that whole mental game, course strategy.
It's a lot, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Makes you realize golf's got way more depth than I thought.
It does, yeah.
But hey, I'm feeling like I could tackle a scorecard now. Maybe even think about tournaments.
That's the spirit. Tournaments definitely add another layer to the whole thing. Let's start with scoring, though. Remember, par, birdie, bogey, all part of figuring out your final score.
Right. Par's the expected strokes. Birdie 1 under, bogey 1 over.
Exactly.
So if I get it in 3 strokes on a par 4, boom, birdie. One step closer to being a pro.
Haha, you got it. And if it takes you 5 on that same hole, that's a bogey. Then at the end, you add up all your strokes from all 18 holes, that's your total.
Okay, so low score wins. What about handicaps, though? How does that work, especially when people are at different skill levels?
Handicap is like golf's equalizer. Lets everyone compete fairly, no matter how good they are.
Oh.
Basically, it's based on your past scores. Gives you a certain number of strokes you can subtract from your total.
So if my handicap is 10, I take 10 strokes off at the end. Sounds like a good deal for a beginner.
Exactly. It makes it more balanced, more exciting for everyone.
Speaking of exciting, let's talk tournaments. In my head, it's those big pro events, huge crowds, crazy pressure, but there's got to be more chill ones, right? Ones that are good for, starting out.
Of course.
Okay, good.
You got all kinds of tournaments. Super chill, amateur stuff to those intense pro championships for beginners. Local tournaments, leagues, those are awesome.
Yeah.
You get that competitive feel, but it's relaxed, supportive, meet other golfers, test your skills.
I like the sound of that. Low pressure competition. All right, so what about those more serious tournaments? What kinds of formats are there?
Well, you got stroke play. That's a common one.
Stroke play, okay.
It's all about your total score for the whole round or the whole tournament. Like we talked about, every stroke counts, lowest score wins.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
What else is there?
Another popular one is match play. You go head-to-head with another player, one hole at a time. Whoever wins the most holes wins the match.
Oh, that sounds intense.
It is. More strategic, more aggressive.
High stakes? Any other formats that stand out?
Tons. There's scramble. That's where you have teams.
Teams, okay.
Each player takes turns hitting. Then you pick the best shot from each round. Really fun.
Yeah.
Social.
I like that. Teamwork.
Yep. You got to combine your skills, come up with the best plan for each shot.
So cool. All right, for someone who's brand new to tournaments, any tips for navigating all that?
Preparation is key. Practice your game. Know the course you're playing, understand the rules, the format. That'll help you feel more confident.
Good advice.
Yeah.
What about the mental side of things? I'm guessing the pressure's even higher in a tournament.
Oh, for sure. All that stuff we talked about. Visualization, positive self-talk, managing expectations. It's even more important when you're competing. Just focus on the process, one shot at a time. Don't get caught up in the pressure.
Stay present, trust the skills.
Exactly.
And most importantly, have fun, right?
Absolutely. Tournaments are about challenging yourself, getting better, connecting with other golfers. It should be fun.
This has been an awesome deep dive.
Yeah.
Really opened my eyes to how much there is to golf.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Definitely. For everyone out there who's thinking about trying golf, I say go for it.
Yeah.
Embrace the challenge, have fun learning, and just keep exploring this awesome game. Who knows? Maybe we'll see you on the course sometime.
Until then, happy golfing.